Hi everybody, this is Roger Peterson and join me as we explore rural Costa Rica where the pace of life is slow and in an area that has very few expats and is really typical of the way Costa Ricans live in the rural areas. Now, I had the opportunity to spend a few days in a cabin in the area of San Rafael de Oreamuno in the province of Cartago, so join me as I show you around this area of Costa Rica. There you can see the backyard that we're at the place that we're staying right now. You've got the town of San Rafael de Oreamuno over there, and then the town of Cartago is headed that way towards over here, the town of Cartago. Now, as you can see, this is a rural area, but I don't know if you can see from here, but there's some major houses going up down below here. So the area definitely starting to develop all around this small farm. The lifestyle here is, as I mentioned, much simpler, quieter, less expensive than living in San Jose, for example. So there's an appealing factor of being in an area like this because you got the fresh air, you got the rural living, and of course the cost is a lot cheaper. All right, so let's just take a quick look at the cabin so you can kind of get an idea what this looks like. Again, we're in the Cartago province. Okay, ready you guys? Let's take a quick walk into the house. And as I mentioned before, we're in the Cartago province of Costa Rica. This is an area where more, I would say more Costa Rican lives. You're not gonna find a lot of expats. So let's take a look at what the house looks like in Cartago, San Rafael de Oreamuno. So here we have the living room area. Obviously this is a wood cabin. You've got the view of the city of San Rafael de Oreamuno over there. All wood, original wood beams. And that's what the cabin looks like. Very small but cozy. Got a bathroom, there's a bedroom. And you've got all the bedrooms down here, down the hallway. 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. All right, so let's take a little stroll here in the back so you kind of get an idea of what this area looks like. As I mentioned, this is more of Costa Rica rural life. Not as much expats in this area, so this is just generally an area where you're going to find a lot of Costa Ricans, a lot of community living, a lot of simple living in this area. Agriculture, some dairy. You've got views of the Irazu volcano right up in that area over here. Is where you can see the Irazu volcano. And then of course down in this area, that's the town of San Rafael right over there. And over here is the city of Cartago right down there. Now up above there for many years, this was a fern operation. So they used to grow ferns and flowers up there in those greenhouses there, and then that would be exported. So that's what you see there. And then of course Cartago is known for cultivation of potatoes, onions, so a lot of agriculture up in those hills. Now for those of you that watched that video that we did with John Michael Arthur, who lives in the area of Orosicachi, that's basically about 30-45 minutes away from here. Through a back road you can get right to John's place. So this is who's also in the Cartago province area. And so if you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link up here in the description, and you can also watch that video that we did with John, which is a lot of information about living in this part of Costa Rica. So stay tuned as I'm going to head over to the town of San Rafael so we can walk around, show you the town. Then we'll be touring the local supermarket, the hardware store, and a cheese store, just so you can get a feel for what it would be like living in a small town like this. This is the park in the small town of San Rafael de Oreamuno. Just give you an idea of what the town looks like. So we got the park right here. We got the bank over there, Banco Nacional right over there. Police station right in front of the park. There's the police station. With the patrol park right there, right with the Costa Rican flag. That would be the local police station. Got all the taxi drivers ready for their taxi rides. A lot of taxis available here. If you want to book a taxi, you can book a taxi right over here. This statue located in the San Rafael Park is an homage to Braulio Carrillo. Braulio Carrillo was one of the founders of the Costa Rican Republic. As it says there on that sign, architect of the Costa Rican state, 1800-1845. And as always, in Costa Rica, you're going to have the park and always the church right in front. You can hear the church bells ringing already. As for many of those that don't realize, Catholicism is the major religion in Costa Rica, and that's why you always have a Catholic church facing the park, and this is no exception in a small town like this. Okay, let's walk over to the cheese store, which is right here on the corner, so we can see some of the products they have available. So we're here in San Rafael de Oreamuno, as I mentioned. Look at this cheese place called El Quesero, located right in this middle town. Look at all the selections they have here. We've got natural cheeses, we've got Turrialba cheese, we've got all these kind of varieties of cheeses. Now this is the dairy area of Costa Rica, and therefore you're going to find a lot of dairy products. Look at all the interesting little sauces we have here. Que bueno means very good, que bueno. Look at this, my land, mi tierra, that looks pretty good. So a lot of options for you. Coffee, of course, we're a coffee country, so you get a lot of that over here. And so there we go. You want yogurts? We got a lot of yogurt over here. Cheeses. And this is sour milk, interesting. Let's never see that here. This is direct from the cow. Leche agria, sour milk. This is something from Turrialba area of Cartago. Alrighty, okay guys, that's it. We'll wrap it up here. Okay, here we are also at a small supermarket in this area, which I haven't seen this one in San Jose, but I'm here to pick up some water. And as you can see, they got all the products here. So let me see if I can show you some prices that you can relate to here. We've got the spaghettis here, $6.50, colonis. You got the spices. Got toilet paper here for $5,800. The German beer, Walters. And this is 11,000 colonis for the box. So a lot of different products here as well, as you can see. The different prices, all the Coke. So here in the area of San Rafael, you're going to be able to find anything you need. No need to even go to San Jose, really. So within 15-20 minutes around the farm area, you've got your hardware store, you've got this grocery store. So a lot of different things available for you in this whole area. Here we are at the local hardware store right here in town. So as you can see, everything's available as well right there. It's called El Colono. These are all over Costa Rica. Have a variety of products from housewares. Buenas, ¿cómo le va? Bien, muchas gracias. See, they got all kinds of tool brands. They got their own brands that they bring here. Here's some of the prices if you want to see. Here's a drill, $58,000. Hydraulic washer, $101,000. Got your woods right here. Here, if you want to see what a solid door costs, there it is, $59,000 for that door. This is a little bit more pricey, 169,000 colones for that door. Lights, sockets. So as you can see, a pretty good selection. Everything you need is going to be right here. Now, of course, the reality too is that this type of living is not going to be for everybody. I mean, you have to be able to fit in with a local community. Maybe less activities as far as cultural activities available around here. Certainly a lot of other things to do though. You got the city of Cartago, as I mentioned, very close by. You've got the Irazu volcano. You've got town of Paraíso, basically 15 minutes away. So there's a lot of things and activities nearby. And of course you can always jump into San Jose. That's probably about 40 minutes with traffic into San Jose from here. So very close to everything, and a lot of different type of lifestyle in this more rural part of Costa Rica for you. Now, of course, we got the beautiful mountains here in the background as well, and you can pop out over those mountains. This takes you down into the whole, what's called the Cerro de la Muerte, down into Pérez Celedón, and then down into the Dominical area. So this is another way to get to the beaches through the back through the backside of the mountains, as opposed to going through 27, which is what many people are accustomed to. So yes, there is a route to the beaches heading this way into Pérez Celedón, and then dropping down from Pérez Celedón into the area of Dominical. I would suspect that living in this part of rural Costa Rica, assuming you have your house paid for, but even rents are going to be really inexpensive in this area, and you should definitely be able to live in this area for $1,000 to $1,500 very comfortably in this part of Costa Rica, which is probably not possible in many of the beach communities or other areas that are closer to San Jose. So that's definitely a consideration for those of you that are looking for a more rural, relaxed, calm, and inexpensive lifestyle here in Costa Rica. And yes, we did get to use the fireplace. Now in this area of Costa Rica, the temperature is a very comfortable range of between 60 to 82 degrees year round. Well, that wraps up our tour of rural living in the province of Cartago. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed, please do so to help us grow the channel. If you have any questions or comments, let me know, and hope to see you again very soon.